Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm Clayton Harline. This is about real talk this morning. I hope you don't woke up and you don't prayed, but this is about real talk. This message is out there. Is I need you to understand, and the name of it is why is so many men are killing their spouse and their significant others. These are things that I am geared to talk about, and I'm not going to lighten up. And let's go into all you scumbags out there. You know who you are. And we want to know, they call it an intimate partner homicide. And some of the key motivation factors that why these men are killing their the women up. And it's bottom line is jealousy and possession. When you have someone that is possessive and jealous in your life, you got trouble in your life. There is what they call a controlling mechanism, and do as I say and not as I do. And at the hands of the abuser, you become intimidated. And jealousies and possession, that's the number one thing. Many cases stem from like sexual jealousy. I mean, the sex is good. I don't want nobody to be touching you. I don't want nobody to even look at you. And especially when the woman tries to leave or has already left, this is where he gonna start thinking about the good sex he had, or he had it but didn't know how to keep it. All type of things gonna go through this scumbag mind. But let me intervene right now. You men's out here killing you wife and your spouses for what? You can't control your emotion because you couldn't take care of the woman the way she need to be taken care of. And now she done going out there and found someone that is really gonna pay her attention, and now you jealous. I'm not gonna get on my horses this morning, but I'm just getting started. And so you got to say some men view their partners as properties and feel entitled control. When I put the rings on you, girl, you belongs to me. They want total control of your life. They don't want you to go to the store. They don't want you to go out with your friends. They got to be in the car every 5 minutes. And guess what? If you don't separate it, that clown become a stalker. Everywhere you go, he's somewhere looking, and you are in a danger zone. And especially some of these men, when they feel like they done lost control over the relationship, a perceived loss is something that is programmed into their head. Whether emotional, financial, or relational, can trigger violent response. Anything that this clown feel like he done lost, he willing to sacrifice his life, he willing to kill, he willing to do whatever it is when he done lost control of that relationship. Ladies, I need you to please look at the red sign, the warning sign. I don't care. Sometimes it starts from high school, from being a young age, by being around possessive men that done programmed them to say, look, you a man, boy. That woman better do what you say do. And they are living behind those false pretenses. Men may feel humiliated or threatened when their partner become independent and successful. Notice that is real talk. These men find out these women are independent and financially stable. They become jealous. She started looking good, got her own money, got her own house. You had it, but you didn't know how to keep it. You didn't know how to appreciate it. And so now she done say, I don't need you no more, boy. I mean, you was a threat in my life anyway, but you can't stand the heat and you not willing to get out of the kitchen. That's all I got to say. We talking real talk. And when I said that revenge and resentment, that's what this clown thinking about. But let me intervene with something with you. My mother always told me this, and all the old men told me this. They said, anytime that you find a man that beat a woman or control a woman, he's not a man. If he put his hands on her, guarantee he will not fight another man head up. You have to find different tactics. That's in my head today. A woman is not made for you to misuse and abuse. And you women's out there, you don't have to accept less than who you think you are. You are a child of God. You must look at yourself as being special. Whenever a man is controlling and possessive, you cannot be the person that you want to be, because you are allowing this scumbag to manipulate your mind. And they say whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve anything. You was not brought into this world for to be controlled by an egotistical clown. Talk about revenge. After separation, some men harbor intense feeling of anger. They want revenge and resentment, which can, all this stuff going to escalate into violence. He wants revenge. Let me put it to you this way, boy. Why don't you do the right thing instead of getting revenge? Why are you going to kill your wife and your kids because of your ignorance, because of your own personal possession? It's not about you. And that's why these men out here is taking care of your wife and your spouse better than you can. You walking around here getting drunk, smoking weed, and staying out all night, and now you wants to come home and live beside this woman with your mouth all, don't make me go there. You cannot make a woman love you by beating or trying to control her. When are you going to wake up? You start doing the right thing. You start loving her in a very special way. Then guess what? You don't have to put up with this nonsense that your grandfather and your uncle and them have told you how to control a woman. It's not about control. It's about relationship. I'm not going to get down on you right now, boy, but I'm going to tell you something. At the end, you better be ready to fight. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is about real talk. You got to put a hand on a woman, boy, you're a punk. Why don't you talk it out? Why are you trying to say you got a perfect attendance record and you looking at her in a different way? You don't trust yourself. That's why you don't trust your wife or your girlfriend, whatever. That's why you don't trust them, because you don't trust yourself. And the fusion model of love sees the partner as their entire world. That's what these possessive clowns see their world. That means you live in my world, making separation feel like a loss of identity. When you get men that make you feel bad, but he stay with you, that's in order to control you. Girl, you getting fat. You look at it, look how you walk. When you start seeing a man start criticizing you and telling you this and that, the objective is to make you feel bad about yourself, to make you feel like no man wants you. The only person that wants you is me, and you better do what I say. That is a control mechanism. Ladies, I'm going to say this. Sometimes things start out very sweet. You better start reading the signs day by day. Eventually, the real wolf going to come out. And let me put it this, the psychological and behavior risk factor that's involved into this controlling behavior that men, when you look at their history and the roots of it, there is history of abuse in that boy family. And it's still in his family. His uncles and brothers, that's all they want to do is control their women. Leave them at home, take care of the kids. If I got to go to the store, I go pick it up for you. And ladies, you better look for the red flags. Nowadays, killing is at an all-time high because these clowns is going on a jealous race and they start stalking you out and you have no idea. You figure that you can live in a normal life. You done found somebody that love you, But this clown can't let go. That's when you need to be on alert 24 hours. That's all I'm going to say. And when I say they got a history of abuse, many predators have a prior history of domestic violence and a controlling behavior. They got a history of it. Ladies, you better start looking at the red flag, because these clowns will sit up here and feed you a silver spoon to get you sucked in. And by you feel like you need someone, you fell for the bait. But once they get in, it's hard to get them out, because they done begin to start controlling you, looking at you. Every time you look at somebody, they looking at you. I mean, you better run. Anytime somebody keep watching you, when there's the opposite sex come around, you are in trouble. That person don't want you to look at nothing. You got eyes to see it, ears to hear, but in his mind, your eyes better be focused on me. Ladies, I'm talking real talk. Boy, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care what you might think about me. It's about what I think about myself. You need to listen. A woman is not made to be abused. A woman is made to be loved. Your mother was made to be loved. Your sister is made to be loved. Your grandmother and them made to be loved. And all your siblings are made to be loved, not to be abused and misused. I know what you're going to say, girl. Hey, boy, calm down, Clayton. You're doing good, but I can see your blood pressure going up. Oh, no, girl. It's not going up yet, but it will be going up when I'm finished with this conversation, talking to these scumbags out there that call themselves, hey, I'm the man of the house. That's a two-way street. That woman deserves the same respect you want her to give you. If you want her to love you and treat you like you need to be treated, well, you need to act like it. You need to act like you deserve that treatment, boy. Now, let me continue my conversation. When you got someone, when there's substance abuse, when this clown abusing drugs, alcohol, you name it, is going to intensify, because that drugs and alcohol is going to help destroy his mind, and he's already obsessed with you. This is where trouble starts. That drug and alcohol. Drug and alcohol use are commonly contribute factory, and it causes scumbags to have impaired judgment and increasing aggression. You understand what these clowns go through with? Hey, man, I'm going to put it to you this way. I'm talking real talk, big dog. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it, and I hope you don't take it serious. You see, my mother, let me tell you something, big dog. My sister, my grandmother, my nieces are all women. You need to understand that's something in life worth dying for. I cannot stand to see a man put his hand on a woman. If you put your hands on my mother, you might as well go ahead on and plan your funeral some kind of way. And I hope you got insurance. You're not going to put your hands on my mother or my sister, my nieces, or you're not going to do it around me anyway. There's something about my instinct. When I see a man put a hands on a woman, that drives me crazy. I'm going to share this one story. I was going downtown Massachusetts, get my hair cut. And one cold winter morning, and I passed by this place. These guys out there got a barrel, got the fire going. And I looked on to my left, and I seen this man out here beating this woman up. And all these damn scumbags out there looking at this man kicking this woman. I got out of my car, and I said, man, don't kick the woman, man. Come on. He said, what you got to do? I said, man, you ain't got to kick the woman, man. Come on. This woman down there, you kicking her in the face, and these other scumbags sitting out here looking. He said, you ain't got nothing to do with it. And all of a sudden, hey, that animal came out of me. I mean, I would never forget this day. I knocked his ass out, and it like I went on a rage. And guess what happened? The woman tried to jump on me. I'm protecting her. She must love the abuse, and sometimes it's not good to get involved in domestic violence because when you don't have all the facts, I don't care what facts that I didn't have. I can't stand. Why would another man sit up there and let another man kick and punch and beat on a woman? You're a punk, and you don't deserve life. Now I can get on my high, do unto others as you have them to do unto you. Let me ask you something, boys. What would you do when you see your mother being abused by another man or your father? If you accept that abuse, you're going to become an abuser because that is accepted in your life. I'm going to say this. I don't mean to become emotional. I will say this. Something is worth living for. Something is worth dying for. Y'all know how I feel about my family, my relatives, my children, my friends. Men, you can't make a woman love you. If you treat her to love you, then you can be loved. But if you done came out of an abusive relationship and abuse has been all into your life, you will never be stable and nobody gonna stay with your dumb ass. You want something for nothing. You want to control the woman's mind, heart. You want to have total control. You want to go out and get drunk with the boy. You want her to stay at home to cook, to clean, and do all these other things that you should be involved in too. Yep, I'm on a high horse. Yep, I'm coming down, but I am not finished with these scumbags yet. And we talk about that sometimes become a mental health issue. Now, you know mental health, baby. That is number one killer. We got more mental health people walking around here today than ever been before. They got about 25 of them next door neighbor to you. They not denying it. They got mental health, especially when they see how the abusive that you are. Okay, you know, why not always present, but some offenders show signs of a narcissism or antisocial trait. You got to check these scumbags out. Ladies, you cannot be blind. Everything shine is not gold. My job as a scumbag is to pull you into my arena. And once I get you into my arena, my job is to be able to control you, your money, your family, and everything else. And I didn't bring anything to the table, but you done felt for me because of my position or I suckered you in. Ladies, everything shine is not gold. Everything look real is not real. Now, let me understand. We talking about, let me go back. We talking about childhood. You know, kids been abused at an early age. Childhood trauma. They've been abused and misused at an early age. They were exposed to violence or emotional neglect during childhood can shape abusive tendencies late in their life. When they have been growing up in an environment, they got alcohol, they got abuse, they got all these people that have been cursed, and this become part of their world. They seem to feel like this is acceptable to see these men beat these women up, choke them and stay at home. You better have my food cooked when I get home. I mean, when you start dealing with a psychological or mental ill man, you got trouble. Admit it. Love is not that damn good that you got to allow this scumbag to put his hands on you and you are so afraid of him, you better get out of that relationship because you are not made to be abused and misused. Now, let me tell you something. There's a couple of things that I really want you to be aware of. You need to be aware of the warning signs, ladies. You need to be aware of the warning and the red flags. You need to be aware of controlling behavior. You need to be aware of threats, stalking, and previous violence are major warning signs. Come on, girl, you got to work with me on this one. I mean, you better read these warning signs. And let me tell you something. And these victims, they often report abuse before the homicide, but their concern may be dismissed. They can sit back and stay in that relationship, and they're too afraid to go to the police because this scumbag, them threaten them, and tell you what, if I can't have you, nobody else gonna have you. And I don't want nobody saying nothing to you. I will leave home. I'm gonna lock the door. I'm gonna take the cell phone with me. And guess what? I need to monitor you. I'm gonna call you 24 hours a day. Lady, you are in trouble. You must understand. And a separation as a trigger. That is a trigger, man, ready to be leashed. Separation is a trigger. Now, what do you mean by that, homeboy? Well, the risk of homicides increased significant when a woman tried to leave the relationship. I don't want you no more, you dirtbag, you're nasty, you're filthy. You know, she's not going to say it like that, but the woman just done got fed up with your nasty ass. You're abusive. You do not deserve me. And you can't accept the fact that there is someone out there that's going to love me the way that I want to be loved. Now, are you working with me, big dog? Either you can stand the heat or you get your ass out of the kitchen. I'm talking real talk, big dog. Look, I'm not saying I got a perfect attendant, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I already know that I'm a man. Why would I have to prove a point or beat a woman and punch all in the stomach? Her body was not built for that. Your body and her body is two different ones. Your body is made to love that woman, to cherish that woman. But when you put this up and start hitting in the face, kicking and choking her, you got an issue. You have a serious issue. Admit it. And don't be in denial. You are controlling and a possessive scumbag. That's right. Now, let me tell you, when I say separation as a trigger, you must understand that's when the risk of homicide is increased significant when that woman try to leave that man. She's looking good, she's financially independent, and you can't stand it. You had her and didn't know how to keep her. You had her and you didn't know how to treat her. You had her, but let me tell you something, you always try to beat her. Now, don't let me go there right now. Now, let me tell you something. There is a correlative victim. You know, when I say that in some cases, children or new partners are also killed as part of a predator for his revenge. This clown was trying to kill everybody in sight because he have nothing to lose. He's insecure. Oh, I'm going to kill my kids. I'm going to kill my wife. I'm going to kill her significant other. You're a coward, boy. Huh? What up? You are a coward. Why are you killing them? What are you benefiting from killing a woman that you had? Killing your kids, children that you couldn't take care of? Now, all of a sudden, you want to get revenge. Why don't you go kill yourself? That's who need to be died. You need to commit suicide. Instead of killing the whole family, why don't you just get out there on the railroad track and just say, go to sleep for a couple of hours? And knowing that the 12 o'clock train is going to pass through that area, why don't you get out there at 11:30, a little bit ahead of time, and stretch out? And since you say you crazy, you're not as crazy as you say you are. You just want control, boy. And no woman want no man to control her like a slave. I know what you're going to say. And ladies, you must, that something can be done to overcome. We need to have more educational and early intervention. You must be aware of this wolf. This wolf is dressed up like a sheep, but I'm going to tell you something. Once that wolf get into the house, you're going to find out who is the real wolf. He will sucker you in. He will love you when he first meets you. But after that, control, you can't hide a possessive and a controlled person because you're going to start seeing signs. And when I say early intervention, teach young people about healthy relationship and emotional regulation is crucial. Make sure they understand what they're getting into. Teach them how to protect themselves from these controlling dirtbags out there. That's right. If the shoe fit, you wear it. And there is a support system that you ladies can go to when you're dealing with these abusive clowns. Again, why are you beating that woman, boy? Why? You can't make her love you. You can inflict fear in her. She can turn over whatever you want. She can make love to you. But if she's not happy, that's a different ball game, big dog. Now, let me tell you this. Support system, victims need access to shelter, legal protection, and mental health service to understand their life is in jeopardy. And I just need you to understand there is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And I need you to understand whenever you are involved or you expose or you see something that's going on, why don't you call 1-800-799-SAFE? Offer confidential support 24/7. Call that number. I'm going to say it again, 1-800-799-SAFE, SAFE. Don't allow someone to be abused and misused in your eyes. And you sit back and say, that ain't my business. That ain't nothing that I can do. You know, you must understand, women are in more trouble today because of the way that the situation is going. Now, we need to learn to protect these women. Accountability. You understand? Accountability and surveillance. Programs that monitor and rehabilitate violent offenders can help prevent escalation. Now, I said that to say this. Would you like someone to help you out of this abusive relationship? Let me say this to you. You get down on your knees and you ask God to give you strength. Ask God for guiding and help protect you and your children from this abusive, evil devil. There's a time and place that you got to stand up for what you believe in and stop falling for this abusive relationship. There is a cause and effect. The reason why you cannot be the woman that you should be is because you are afraid of your spouse or this scumbag you got in your life. You should not have to walk around here and be afraid of your life. You should not have to be walking around here scared. I can't go nowhere. He watching me. He looking at me. I can't have no friends in my house. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a red flag. You need to hit and run. Talk to your friends. Friends, when you see your girlfriend being abused, you don't sit back and say nothing. You need to sit back and protect her and her kids. You know that this clown is an abusive scumbag. Are you going to let your friend die because you don't want to get involved? Are you going to risk her children dying and knowing that this man come over, he's drunk, he don't have no money, he done been using drugs, and my girlfriend works all the time. She got some loving kids, and I see how this man is abusing her. Let me tell you something. If I love my girlfriend that much, I'm going to protect her whether she like it or not, because I know she's afraid to speak up. She's afraid to stand up for what she believes is right. because she's falling for anything that this scumbag is putting into her head. The only thing I'm going to say to all my brothers and sisters out there, do unto others as you have them to do unto you. And I said, and I'm going to say it again. There's something in life is worth dying for. You, as a man, if you have never discovered something that you're willing to die for, you're not a man. If you're not willing to die for your family, your relatives, your children, and your friends, you're not a man. You're a coward. Would you allow someone to beat your aunt, your mother, your sisters, and something like that? And you as a man, you're not going to stand up to this man? We're going to talk about it. But my heart won't allow you to do that to no woman. I'm just going to say this. I'm not bad, but I know how to keep them badass off of me. You love your mother, you love your wife, you love your sister, you love your niece, you love your aunt. Well, treat other people the same way you want to be treated. Well, I know I've gotten a little bit out of hand. I can get a little emotional, but I just need to talk about this because why are these men killing these women? Because of jealousy and possession. And most of the time, it's a sexual desire. He wants to make love whenever he done been out all night. He done got tired of laying up inside a drunk, breath smell like alcohol. Then you want her to make love to you. Okay, I'm going to calm down. I'm coming down right now. Clayton, you spoke the truth, but you need to talk more about how these women need to be protected from this abusive relationship. My brothers and sisters, I say to you, please subscribe to this channel. I talk real talk every day. You must understand, honest to God, I wakes up. I don't plan for anything. But if it comes in my mind, in order for me to deliver, to save these women from these abusive clowns, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege, for me to inspire you, to motivate you, and tell you, you don't have to take abusive. You ask God to step into your life. Howdy, Yosin, please share this message.